My name's Wyatt, and this is the first segment of Stipe Tapped. Let's Not Talk Facts. So basically, this is going to be put out before UFC cards for casual fans. You're not supposed to say casual. Casual fans who just, you might not even know what UFC stands for. You might not even know what MMA stands for. But you like seeing people get punched in the face. So you want to know what to look for. I know nothing about tennis, but I'm going to want my friends to tell me Federer is who I want to watch. I do know something about tennis. So we're going to start off on the early prelims no, I'm just kidding because nobody buys Fight Pass. So we're going to start at the prelims. So one of the first ones I want to get into is Aljamain Sterling versus Pedro Munoz. And this is a bantamweight matchup that I think is very intriguing. There's a lot of stuff that goes into Aljo's one of my favorite fighters. I enjoy watching Aljo fight. I'm not scared to say it. Sterling knows what the fans want. He knows that he is an entertainer as well as a fighter. He knows that that a finish is better than wrestle fucking your opponent for 15 minutes for a 29-28 decision that put your dad asleep 2 rows behind you. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to get in there. He wants to choke you out. He wants to rip your ankle off. He wants to do whatever it takes to entertain the fans, to get a finish, and he's good at it. He's good at it. I mean, his nickname is Funk Master. That's cool as shit. Master could be the best dancer in the room. Funk Master could be the best singer in the room. Funk Master could just be the coolest guy in the room. Doesn't matter. He's the Funk Master. Oh, hey, Uncle Aljo. Yeah, that's my uncle. He's the Funk Master. You're going to mess with that guy? You're going to hate that guy. You're going to hate the Funk Master. No, you're not. Aljo's fighting Pedro. Pedro, I guess he's fun to watch for some people. I've really never been that interested. He's good. He's black belt. He's got some good wins. Got some weird losses. I think people are looking too much into the Cody knockout, which I don't even understand, because it's like he knocked out Cody the same way Cody got knocked out 2 times before. And yeah, you could say TJ cheated. We all know TJ's a snake. We all know. We've always known. But TJ putting steroids in his asshole does not make Cody's fight IQ shit. It does not make Cody put his hands down in the pocket in a very violent exchange. That doesn't happen. So I'm not really that big on him. I think Aljo wins because I like Aljo. So there's your first pick. We're just going to get this one out of the way because I don't even want to really talk about it, but I feel obligated to. The flyweight title, the women's flyweight title between Valentina Shevchenko and fucking Jessica I genuinely don't know where to begin with this one. I get it. Valentina's got a ton of fans everywhere. She's got a ton of. Don't get me wrong. She's a great fighter. So much fun to watch. But you ever just meet someone and there's one thing that just pisses you? Maybe they have a wonky eye or something in their teeth. Who knows? I haven't met her, but that little dance that her and her sister do, that's not even a dance. They just spin around in fucking circles for like 6 hours at a time with the same song that you can tell it's like 1.5 minutes, but they just put it on repeat. They do it for everything. And yeah, I get it. I probably don't understand their culture and it's respectful to something. I don't care. I don't get it and it bothers me. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They're about to fight. They're spinning. They're about to eat lunch. They're fucking spinning. They're getting on a plane. They spin all the way up the tarmac. I don't understand. I didn't sign up to, well, I illegally stream UFC, but you get what I'm saying. I didn't sign up to watch some bootleg Russian version of a Broadway presentation of Black Swan. I signed up to watch people punch people in the face. I don't want to see that. They do it nonstop all the time, and they're just smiling their asses off, just so happy to be spinning. Do they not get nauseous? They're always spinning. I mean, like, earlier in the week, Ariel's interviewing Jessica I for God knows what reason. And he says, Valentina said that in your last fight, she saw a lot of holes in your game. Do you know what her response was to this?
Me based upon a losing fight, and that's not good to base someone upon a losing fight. I think you should judge someone based upon a winning fight, because that's where you see things most. And yet again, if you think I have holes, believe me, I mean, you might just fall in a hole. So
I mean, I'd like to thank the Pope for that marvelous speech, but we're short on time, so we're going to continue to the rest of the card. That's definitely my next tattoo right here. Just if you think I have holes, you might just fall in them. Tap out on the back, maybe. I don't know. We'll get there. It's the part of the segment that I've been looking forward to the most, where I get to talk about how my favorite fighter, Cowboy, gets to return to the octagon. And I thought, what better way than to talk about Cowboy with a whole lot of dip in my mouth. You guys, when I sat down to do this, I did write some notes, some scripts, some stuff so I wouldn't forget to say some things. For the Tony Cowboy fight, I made one note, and it's kind of just in case there's the random Colby Covington fan that tunes into this. I didn't want them to be confused by big numbers. So since January 2016, Tony's fought 4 times. Cowboys fought 12. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy active fighters. I enjoy people that act like they want to be in there. Cowboy has never once not wanted to be in there. He fights, it feels like, every 2 events. I mean, you don't just have a ranch called the Bad Motherfucker Ranch unless you're a bad motherfucker. And I get it. I get the Cowboy hate. He's old. He's streaky. He's won 6 before and then lost 3 in a row. Then won 5 and lost 2. This is a different Cowboy. This is ever since he had this kid, he has turned into like a super cowboy. It's crazy. I mean, shout out Mike Perry, but he almost ripped his arm off. And then Alex Hernandez comes in. What the fuck was he thinking? Telling Cowboy he's going to send him back to the prelims? Has Alex Hernandez even woken up yet? Have we heard anything since he got his head kicked the fuck off? I don't think we have. I haven't heard anything. Then you have his battle with Al, where I didn't even want to watch that because those are 2 of my favorite guys. Cowboy beat the shit out of him for 5 rounds. No brainer. Easy decision win. So I don't really see where the hate is now. Enter El Kukui, Tony Ferguson. I don't really get it. I mean, I get it. I get the snap jitsu. I get he's a great fighter and everything. But does everyone remember when he was supposed to beat Khabib? Does everyone also remember that he never fights? Or do y'all remember when Lando almost knocked him out in the first round on a short notice fight? I get it. He's a great fighter. But, and he hasn't fought in a while because he's had personal things going on that I'm not going to get into. I'm not like that. But the injury stuff is where I find a little trouble having sympathy. Because he's posting videos of his workout consisting of him kicking a lead pipe with his shin as hard as he can in order to... I can't even finish that sentence. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? In what world does that help in fighting? And he'll post, videos of doing these crazy workouts that just don't make any sense, where he's got like a medicine ball up here, and on this thing he's flipping pancakes on the stove, and he's doing a bicycle with his legs, and he's reciting the alphabet at the same time, and he's like, this is how I train. What are you doing? Don't do that. It's just so... And then we get the occasional Instagram selfie video with no sound, just black and white, just him just staring. What are you doing? I don't see it. I think there's been a long layoff. I think he's had to go through a lot. I think he's still probably fucking awesome at fighting. But at the same time, I don't know I can't confidently say he's going to go in there and walk through Cowboy like everybody's saying. This is a different Cowboy. This is a different guy. I've already said that. I'm going to go with my gut feeling. I'm going to go with Cowboy. That easy. Final fight breakdown. We have the main event for the vacant bantamweight title. Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes. Now, all we've been hearing about is how good Marlon is, and he is. He deserves to be there. He's fun to watch. Entertaining. No doubt he should be fighting for this. I'm not even going to touch it on that. I think he wins, but there's some things that with Henry that are bothering me. One being, he's carrying around that belt of a division that no longer exists. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. You beat Mighty Mouse. You did what nobody could ever do, and you were the champion of that division. Well, that division's no longer there. So I don't know if they and he keeps talking about being the double champ and the pound for pound. Are they just not telling him that that's not a division anymore? Like, look, this is MVP baseball, 2006. I think I was in T-ball. You think I walk around with this? Look, hey, cool, right? I understand that a T-ball MVP baseball is much different than a championship belt of the flyweight division, even though our heights matched up, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is he's walking around talking all about this belt and all this all the double champ stuff. Nobody's bringing up the big part of this matchup. Henry Cejudo won a gold medal in the Olympics for wrestling. He never talks about that. I would bring that up. Oh, wait. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the first Stipe Tapped Let's Not Talk Facts segment. Hope everybody enjoys the fights this weekend. If you're watching them illegally, be sure not to tweet Brendan Schwab because he will get you in trouble.